Hello, welcome back to the low-cost Gunpla Workshop, and I'm Eric. Last time we have learned how to cut out the pieces from the runners, and this time we are going to do the sanding. The principle of the sanding is to make sure the nut mark is totally flat. That if we want to do the airplane brush or further works, that we make sure the cutting is flat. Or if we are not going to do the painting, then it would be we will be able to see the real color of the parts. So we better to make sure that the whitening, as I mentioned before, the whitening would be removed. So this time we are going to do the sanding. Actually, the sanding is to we have many different tools to do the sanding. For making models, Gunpla models, we commonly use is the sanding sponge, which like a spongy thing, or a sanding panel, which is relatively hard to do the really flat surface. While the sanding sponge is more able to do some curvature sanding on some round pieces like this. For sanding, we have different numbers on our sanding sponge or the sanding panels like this. What I'm available in my hand is from 320 to 400, 600, 800, 1,000, and 1,500. Yeah. The number actually means that how many sands, how many pieces of sands in a certain area. So if the number is smaller, that means they have less sands, and if the number is higher, they have more sands. That as you can imagine, if the sands are very high in number, you can feel a more flat surface. So for the small numbers, we call them a coarse sanding, and then till the end we do the fine sanding. The principle is like that. When we are going to use the coarse number to the coarse sanding, we can remove some uneven parts on the uneven surface on the parts, and then but it will cause some sanding marks on the surface. Yeah, that I will demonstrate it to you later. And then by using the smaller numbers, we can sand away the original coarse sanding marks to even finer and finer, until the end we will not be able to see the sanding marks. So that would be our target to achieve. So the part is like this, and by reading the instruction manual, we can see that these parts, which will be assembled here into the grace part, and then in the latter stage, only this small area. There are 3 nut marks on these parts. I can show you. This part on the opposite side, and this part. And for these 2 parts, we can see that they will be covered in the later stage by other parts. So the nut marks will not be visible, and we don't have to make many works on that, and just make sure they are flat enough and not causing problem on the later assembly stages. But for this one, that's after 10 steps there, it is still visible. So this is the focus point we are going to do this time. So now we picking up the 320 and do the sanding. The sanding is about 10 times for every sanding sponge. Okay, as you can see, this is the same part. After sanding, we cause some it become more whitening, some scratch marks on this whole area. This is not yet sanded part, and this is the for sanded what with the 320. We can see we cause some sanding marks on it, but the nut mark become more flattened and less uneven. Okay, after using the 320, we now use the 400. And then 600. When doing the sanding, we do the sanding as close to the surface as possible, but not with weird angles, because that would cause some unintended blunting to the sharp angles. That's not what we want. So even we are holding sponge to sand the flat surface, we try to make them as flat as possible to make the largest contact to the surface we want to do the sanding. And now we are using the 1000. You can hear the sound is even different. Yeah. For the 1500, it's almost as flat as a paper that you don't really feel rough on it, and sanding it will give us a smooth surface like this. And after that, because on the later stage we may be using a paintbrush or other things, that the sanding dust will be remain on the parts. So we use our old toothbrush to just brush the dust out. Now the sanding, you can see the surface is really flat comparing to the unsanded counterparts. So the left one, we can see the reflection of the nut mark, and this right side one, we can no more see the reflection of the nut mark. That means it is totally flat. That's the target of the sanding, and then we can do the assembling. So this is the way we do the sanding, and by more practice we will know about more skills on that. And for more important sanding tips to share to you, because sometimes we are not able to avoid the blunting as I mentioned, like this. This is the parts we are going. For example, this is the part we are going to sand. Actually, is this cylindrical and assembled by two pieces. That we don't do individual sanding, because by doing individual sanding, there is sometimes some unwanted blunting will appear, just like this. it is a sharp part with the nut mark here. I extravagated. Yeah, after blending, we will obtain this. And if we are doing this cylindrical thing and sending them individually, like this and this one, the causing the blunting of this, and when they are putting together, we will have a inward curved in a supposedly smooth curved surface. So they will be less desirable. What we will do is assemble them first. Assembling them first and let them with the nut marks here. By sanding, we will sand it together to produce a overall smooth surface. Like this one. So the overall surface will be more smooth than we sanding them individually and cause a undesired cave-in in the assembled seam. So the effect will be better. So here is the basic principle of the sanding. If you have any problem or any question on it, just leave a comment so we can talk about it and on the next episode. Thanks very much. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share to all your friends who like Gunpla. Thanks very much. See you next time.